Hey, we back with another one. This ain't one of them longer episodes. We got a specific topic, and you already know what we're talking about if you looked at this title. But before we say anything, I kind of set this up, and I'm gonna explain why. Just tell me if y'all hear this. I need a moment of silence. Rest in peace to Drake, the phenomenal Canadian rapper that lasted about 15 years. He has folded immensely by suing his own record label after K-Dot dropped another phenomenal album. Rest in peace. Do right and kill everything.
I just want y'all to know, this man took like 20, 30 minutes trying to figure this out. That's what it was. I didn't know what it was for. That's what it was. Ridiculous.
All right, y'all can exit out the street. That's all I really had to play that. I don't want y'all to hear it. Anyways.
Yeah, this is wasting my...
I'm trying to find a way to play desktop audio.
Man, silly, dog. He's silly, man.
Look, man, I'm gonna just lead it off with this. Other than leading off with the sad music. All jokes aside, I'm a fan of both their music. I always like Kendrick music more. But I mean, I'm not saying this album is like straight shots at Drake or whatever, but I mean, I don't know if today is the 25th, and y'all heard about the him trying to sue his record label, right?
Yeah, I did. He inflating numbers, man. The numbers was too ridiculous, man. He said that some of this ain't right. It's inflated.
Okay, how y'all feel about that, man? Before we even get into the album, because that's just crazy to me.
I have to admit, I do think that's kind of wild for him to do that. But if it turns out to be true, then it is like, oh, bro, come on now, why are you doing that? But I do find it wild. I will say that 100%. That is wild.
Yeah.
You said he was he's suing his record label for what?
So
inflating the stream numbers.
We should actually say, just in case people don't know. So right. Kendrick released an album called GNX this past Friday. The 22nd. It was like at 9 a.m. some random time. Typically music don't release then, but he did that. And a lot of people loving it. It's breaking breaking records. Not like crazy records, but just breaking records. And today, Drake, at least it came out like officially that Drake is suing his own record label, which is UMG, because he thinks that he believes that they are inflating the numbers to go towards Kendrick versus him. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. You got any thoughts on that, man?
Now, I will say I didn't get that part of streaming his numbers. I just thought it was just the inflated of Kendrick numbers. I didn't realize he was saying they were impacting his streams.
Well, more so inflating Kendrick's numbers. But like, what does he really mean by that? You know what I'm saying? It was.
What he really mean by that is, if it's 2 million people listening, it shouldn't be 15 million streams.
Oh, sound like you in defense, man. You in defense?
Hey, man, I don't sound like present the facts. That's what I'm sounding like.
Yeah,
don't be adding your. I know y'all biased.
Maybe the 2 million people being streamed to 15 million times, man.
Hey. We just want the facts, man. But I will admit though, he should have did it. Well, would it have been better if he did it when they was beefing? I don't think so. This just
I don't
weak.
think it looked good.
I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of weak to me, but
kind of.
He's like I said, it's weak. But if it comes out that it's true though, then I'm like, dog, Kendrick, come on, K-Dot, you needed help. That's kind of what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, this ain't Kendrick's doing it all.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be Kendrick's fault.
I'm not saying it would, but you know Kendrick gonna get the blame. Like, come on, K-Dot, you needed help, man. You needed help.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying, bro. Don't let it be true. But right now, it's weak by Drake. We can all agree.
I
on
think
that.
it's gonna be weak, even if it was true, because if you just kind of look at the culture, just in rap in general, what is one of the main things they talk about if it's not women and money and weed?
What's the top is?
Snitching.
Oh,
like, no, I'm telling you, that's what a lot of people are talking about. If you check on the internet, like, bro, like, cause like you can say how you want it, whatever you wanted to say, how the battle went between the two, whatever. But doing this, it makes you look so weak. Oh my goodness, bro. It makes, like, man, look. I feel like I was on the side of like Kendrick beat Drake, but it wasn't by like it wasn't a landslide, but it was a lot, right?
If I give it a grade, 10 to 8, 10 to 7, I'll say something like that.
I think that's too close, man. Well, you know, wait, never mind. I thought you said 8 to 7. I was about to say, what?
No, I said 10 to 8 or 10 to 7.
I would go with 10 to 7. I definitely don't think it was 10 to 8. At least 10 to 6.
I think it made it 10 to 7.
Y'all,
10 to 6.
listen, I just want to, once again, y'all, when we ain't on the podcast, they literally said there's a song that was really good by Drake that they just overlooked. But we ain't gonna get into that.
That
now,
was one song. How many songs did Kendrick drop, bro? Come on, man, stop it. Stop it,
only
bro.
had one song.
All his songs.
He had one decent song, and then Family Matters, like that was pretty good. Like it was a good song, but like other than that, bro, and then he would start throwing a white flag at the end. Like, nah, bro, nah.
Hey man, push up was good, bro. Okay,
that's why I said it was a decent song. I thought Push Up was decent, but Family Matters was actually pretty good. Like it was actually a hot song for real. But anyways. But yeah, like regardless, doing what he did today, or at least that was revealed today, bro, that's crazy, bro. I ain't never seen this before, bro. Like, yo, bro, I'm about to sue you, bro. Like,
hey, that's what you do when you got money, bro. Why take it upon yourself, bro? Just get the big corporations involved, man.
Whack, bro, whack. And you know what's crazy? A lot of the perspective that Kendrick was even attacking him on was like his culture. Like he ain't a part of culture, but he feed off of it. And like this activity he's doing today, just really, I mean, all the other stuff he was been doing, all this meme stuff and all this stuff been doing, he's already been like kind of like, yeah, maybe what Kendrick's saying is true. After today, bro, like nah, bro, like nah, like. Nah, bro. I don't know how you can come back from this.
It looked worse on Buddy for real.
That's
even if it's
point.
true, man. Even if it's true, like
nah, that's a good point, Sue. Because like from a quote unquote culture standpoint, this definitely ain't it.
You don't think he was benefiting from it either, though? Like if they really talking about inflate numbers, you don't think he was benefiting?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he wouldn't. I mean, I would. Truthfully,
that's his own label. You know what I'm saying?
I would think he would be. More guilty of doing it before K-Dot side. Just being honest. But
yeah, so it's like,
I don't know.
So this is
we both gotta go down.
So let me read y'all the response from what his label said.
Okay.
The suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans chose the music they want to hear. Bruh, that's crazy. That was the response from this legal action, man.
Every business get the proper. They got a legal team for a reason. They wrote their response, typed it up probably in an hour, man. But
man, you sound like you defensive, man.
No, I literally said it's weak and Drake sounds salty. This doesn't help him. But all I'm saying is, don't let it be true. Because it's gonna be worse.
Let it be true.
I'm gonna be honest, if it's true, it ain't gonna hurt Kendrick at all. It's just not. It's too late, bro. It's too late. It's too late. I don't fault Kendrick for that. I'm not gonna fault Kendrick for that. I'm sorry. He didn't do that. Now, if it came out that he did do that, then that's the question. But if the label came out and it was like, hey, this label did that, the label did it. You know what I'm saying? He's not suing Kendrick. He's suing the label, which regardless is weak anyway. I'm not finna defend that.
Why you ain't getting on his team of doing it? You just said Drake doing it.
Huh?
I'm saying, when you don't think representative from his team looked into this and saw this?
Who?
Or you think Drake personally did it himself?
Did what? Suit?
Yeah, the cow suit.
Yeah. That was Drake. Bruh, Drake claims Universal Music and Spotify artificially inflated Kendrick Lamar's numbers. Like, Drake. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else. Drake did this, man. He also cut his braids. Is it the braids? So it ain't the braids.
He cut him?
Yeah, maybe it was the braids.
I haven't seen Drake since. Man got kind of beat up, but I haven't seen him.
He went to the stream. Anyways, man, the topic is about let's talk about the album, man. GNX. I started listening to it. I kind of went first. I'll go last this time, but I'm gonna just say I saw that it dropped like 20 minutes after it dropped, and I was listening to it like all that day. But yeah, y'all go ahead and take the floor with that one.
I'll let you go, Dom, since you was the one who put me on it.
Okay, yeah. So I've listened to it a couple times. Well, yeah, a couple times already, right? I like the album, right? I'm not like the biggest Kendrick fan, I'll say. Before this, I don't think I've listened to like a whole Kendrick album. I had like my own taste of music when I was younger.
Nah, I know Dom, bro. Let me preface this.
Oh my goodness.
Dom's old favorite rapper was Chief Keef. Bro, I used to, bro. When I was in the army.
I was saying before I got to high school, I can just say, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, this was when he was in school.
That was when I was in high school.
Yeah, because I would come home from the army and I'd go talk to him. He'd be in his room. Like, what you listen to? Chief Keef? That's your favorite rapper? Yeah. every time I come home, it'd be Chief Keef. I'm like, dang, man, I don't know where my little brother going. I was worried about him for a little bit, man. But go ahead, phase, man.
But yeah, I'll say, yeah. But I like the album, right? From what I can tell, it's a little different from, I guess, what Kendrick normally talks about. I did from what I listened to on like Morale and stuff. It's more of like instead of like a crazy message, right? More of him just talking his stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoyed the album, I enjoyed 11 out of the 12 songs on there. I didn't really like what it was the 11 track with GNX. It's alright.
No,
right? It ain't like that. It's not like horrible, but it's like it's a song, man.
I hate that song, bro. I hate that song. It's awful. But go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
But the rest of the album, I like the songs. Like, my favorites from the album, I say I like Luther.
Oh yeah.
I like Peekaboo. Yeah. I like Hey Now. I got 5 on my playlist. I got Glory on there. And then it was one more song I put on my playlist. I can pull up my Spotify. But besides that, like other than like GNX, I don't think there's any weak songs on there. The rest of the 12 are like good, solid songs.
Can I challenge you on that? Can I challenge you on that?
Yeah.
All right, Luther. That's a great song.
Yes.
No, I'm just asking, dog. You said Luther. Is that a great song?
I think so.
Okay, cool. No problem with that. What's a good song?
I'll say it's a good song. I think Hey Now was good. I don't think it's like great in any way.
You think Hey Now is good?
Yeah.
Okay. I just need the clarification of what you thought. What was the other great song you said from there?
Hey, I like Glory as well.
Okay.
But I'll say, I can give you a reason why I like Luther so much. Right? I like the way, he uses the sample in Luther. Right? I like the parts that encompass like SZA and everything in there. Like, especially when they do like their duets. They do a really good job on that. It makes the song it's like a good listen all the way through. It doesn't feel like it's too long of a song either. Like some songs, I'd say from this album having a good bit like a 3-minute, 4-minute songs. It's not like hard 3-minute, 4-minute songs to sit through like some songs are nowadays. You'd be like, man, why is this song not over yet? Right? You'd be like, man, it's such a good song,
GNX.
And even though he sampled songs on this album, like use a lot of samples, it's like neat ways to use samples, right? Like nowadays, you just hear the same old sample, you throw it into the beat, don't encompass it into the song in any way. But I do like the way he used the samples on this album too. And, I guess other than Scissor, you don't really have too many like the same old used features that you see most people use nowadays. And I did see people complain, talking about, Scissor, there's more singers to Scissor, but I feel like she did a good job.
They do a really good job together. I like when they get on the song together.
The 3 songs that she on, probably some of the three best songs on the album. I think she's on 3 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
2.
And then you got the other unnamed people, but you can just tell they just West Coast people.
Right.
Kind of fit the vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But none of them was like terrible. Like you just knew, like, okay, I know why he's on here, basically.
I feel like GNX could be better. I feel like the beat was just missing something on GNX, man. I also really like that song with Roddy Ricch as well. Like on like a repeated listen, I liked it more. Like I can sit through this whole. I know it's only 44 minutes, right? But Lil Uzi dropped a 44-minute album, and like more than half the songs on there felt like skips to me. But for this to be a 44-minute album,
I still haven't really fully listened to
sit
that.
through,
Yeah, I fully ain't listened to. I heard it was trash, so I ain't even give it too much.
It's maybe like one song. It's one song on that Uzi album that I really like. The rest are like a few good enough to go on my playlist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the rest is like, man, why was he in the studio making this?
It's what a lot of people said.
Like, bro, he really
he was
like, he really had to. People was like, man, he had to drop this to get out of a record deal or something.
That's funny.
Yeah.
This is and goes on to like a Kendrick's run, like this later half of the year, this album.
So I wanted to piggyback. Now you can go back. I just want to piggyback. You mentioned you listened to Kendrick in the past and how it's different from what it used to be. I really don't listen to Kendrick like album wise. Like there's an album I listen to like maybe 1 or 2, like one with Swimming Pool. Like this is when I was in college. He was kind of newer then. But when you said that, I was thinking like, what it does sound like? It sounds like the same vibes he was when he was with Drake. Like that vibe is still going on. So when you said that, I was thinking like, he's not necessarily, I guess you could say he's still beefing with like the industry in a sense.
Yeah.
But that type of energy is what I'm getting from him just from what he did to Drake. That's kind of what I'm getting from him.
It carried over, man.
Yeah, it carried over. Right.
He wasn't done yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Anyways.
Would you say this is the best album of the year for you?
In terms of rap album, probably. In terms of rap album, of what I listen to, definitely. I haven't listened to like much when it comes to rap albums.
Right.
But in that, definitely, right. My goal is to branch out and listen to more non-rap music. Right. I do listen to a lot of it, but it ain't like popular stuff, I want to see like what other like what was nominated for like Grammys and stuff to see how good people say it is, But in terms of rap album, yeah, I know somebody was saying Corday album might be better, but I haven't listened to it.
Who album?
Corday. I heard it's good though, but I haven't listened to it.
Funny enough, I've been hearing. I actually heard the female albums like Cardi and Megan.
Yeah.
One song came up, actually caught my attention one day, and I sat there and listened to it. I was like, oh.
I just say the female artist.
What's her name?
I
I suck at names. Gloria. Glorilla. I know her real name, but anyway, yeah, her album was actually pretty straight.
Yeah, I know, that's what I said too. I caught myself like, oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, man, I always said like that one. I don't know if y'all remember, maybe not, but it was just it was when she first started coming out and she was popping for a little bit, and then like that happens to a lot of female rappers. They come out high and then they just drop. Yeah, they release a mid, but she did that. She released like one song, and I remember Casanet had criticized her song, and she blocked them and everything. And after that, bro, she just turned up. Like she ain't went back down since. So I was like, dang. See, that's why criticism is important, man. Because she was mad at him for that, and he was like, dang, because I think they was on stream together at one point. And she just blocked him off of that one criticism. He didn't even say nothing crazy. He was just saying like, nah, that ain't it. And
She
then
said,
she I'm getting
block.
in the booth. Block, I'm getting in the booth. And she went in the booth for real. She's
Hey,
still
at least
going
you went to the
in.
booth, man.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
right,
Hey, instead
right,
of
right.
suing folks. Anyways, you know. Anyway, GP, how you wanna go ahead? Your slice.
So I will say this. I think the album is overrated. The reason why I say that personally, and when I think of an album and I'm talking about with no skips, like I've been hearing that this album has no skips. This album is not better than Killer Mike album, the one he won the Grammy. I tell people all the time, I'm not necessarily into rap like I used to be, but I still keep my ear. That album is still the best album I heard. Granted, it came out last year, 2022, so it's not for this year. You know, Kendrick might have the best album, but between for me, Cardi and all that, but I skipped some songs once I listened to it the first time. Like, I listened to the whole album because I'm in the gym. So it went through the whole playlist. Luther, Dom, I just let you know, I really like that song. Like, when I heard it in the gym, I was like, dang, okay. The first song, the intro, the song that calls to stir. Yeah, the song that calls to stir with Wayne and Snoop. I do want to talk about that a little after, but I go with that one. That caught my attention. Like, I remember thinking like, oh, let me look at this song, and I added that to my playlist. And then there was this one more song. Cannot think of it. It's one more song. Let me see if I can find it. I couldn't tell you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Squabble Up. Yeah. That song, I was like, okay, like them three songs made me stop what I was doing in the gym and was like, oh, dog, this is pretty nice. Okay, good. But the rest of the songs, I mean, you said Peekaboo. Peekaboo was cool. I give you that. Peekaboo was cool. But the other songs to me wasn't anything that made me like, oh, snap, I need to really not work out and listen to it. Like some of the songs I mentioned to you, I was at work listening to it when I wasn't doing anything because I wanted to hear it again. And then there are some songs that's like, yeah, it wasn't that good the first time. I listened to it the second time with my good headphones and it still didn't hit for me. I think the album was good, but I do think there's a lot of people that's inflating it because they're K-Dot fans. And I'm just comparing it, and once again, I'm only comparing it to Killer Mike's album, where if you heard me, I never went out my way to say I'm a Killer Mike fan and I listen to his music. But when I heard that album, for me, that album was a no skip. I mean, I play the songs I'm listening to. I cut grass with it. I work out with it. Shoot, I sit down on the couch doing nothing, listening to it. When I was on it hard, I mean, I'm not listening to it no more. But then it was a deluxe album, and it was a few good songs in the deluxe album. When I compared it, that's the best album I heard in the past 2 or 3 years, and this album didn't hit that low for me. So I think it was good though, but I do think it was overrated personally. I think we like K-Dot because he's in this like, if you got something to say it to me in this rap. That's the part I think I'm feeding off of that. Like I love that about him, but yeah.
Okay. To kind of just respond to what you're saying, how it's overrated. I've seen very few people say it's a no skip. I do think it's definitely not a no skip. There's like, so I could kind of see how other people's perspective. Like me personally, I like every song on this album except GNX. I cannot stand GNX. It's so awful to me. I hate it. It's trash, doo-doo. Oh. I hate the lyrics. I hate the beat. I hate the production. I hate everything about GNX.
Okay, Kate, I know I hate everything.
Anyways,
I hate the way you say it.
As far as it being overrated, like if you say it's a no skip, I do think you're saying it's overrated. But I think from the opinions that I'm seeing, I think everybody's calling this like a solid album. A solid album, okay. Like yep, the average is like a 7 to 8 out of 10 album. That's kind of how I'm feeling. Everybody consensus. To me, I probably give it a 9. Me, I'm a K-Dot fan. I've been listening to him since pretty much since he been mainstream, like before Section 80 and stuff like that. So out of all his discography, Damn is my favorite. It's like one of my favorite albums of all time. That to me is a no skip. But so comparing this album to the rest of his work, I would probably put it underneath Damn, but over his previous album, which is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I feel like Mr. Morale is a good album, but it has like a lot of one listens. So it's like, man, that was a good message. That was a good song, but I can't bump this again and again. There's a few songs on there I can, but it's like, it's like a one-time listen. So for GNX, my one-time listens is like Man in the Garden, Reincarnated, and that's it. Everything else I could listen to a couple times. I really like Whacked Out Murals, Squabble Up. TV Off is like a very hype song for me. Like I really like.
I like that one too.
When he just started going crazy in the middle, start yelling mustard. That's why everybody memeing mustard. When he was yelling mustard, yeah, I really like that song. Like it just the beat switch and everything. The Heart Part 6 is so good too to me. I like how he's talking about his experience with his OG group and TDE and how they came up and the differences and lyrically or creatively that messed up his kind of had friction with their old group. And the beat just nice and it's cool. I just like I don't know, I like everything about that. But yeah, so Luther is probably like my favorite song on there. And then TV Off might be like my second because like it, I don't know, I just started like just get me jumping. But yeah, man, overall I think this is like a 9 for me. I could see people giving it like a 7 or 8. But I also will say like I could understand like people just not liking it. You know what I'm saying? Cause like people got different tastes. Like it's a couple guys on my Facebook that like all Gunna stuff. I can't stand his music, bro. Like I can't stand it. It's just like it's the same old beat, flow, mumble. Like no negative towards him, but I just can't get with that. Now, if it's a beat that I could listen to and work out with, I'll listen to it for I'm at the gym. But to actually like sit down and listen to it like outside of just like that, like nah, I don't even want to turn it on. I don't want to hear it all. But like he got a few songs in his whole discography that like, okay, I could bump to this in a car. But like I'm not like whatever. But like I said, I understand there's people that's not gonna vibe. And I think I'm actually surprised Dom came this long way because you know he used to like Keith and Lil Bo.
But it ain't like I didn't listen to other music. They just my favorite rapper.
Nah, man.
Before that, I used listening to Lil Wayne and Eminem.
Man, I don't know. Man. Anyway, GP, you always gave me the vibe that you kind of like a Texas rapper. Like you like that the rhythm of Texas rap a lot and country rap, you know, in a sense.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but you could be right. I don't know, man.
Yeah, like
I definitely do know Killer Mike is definitely on the country side. Like
yeah, you always had that because I remember one of your favorite groups was Nappy Roots when we was growing up. You used to tell me about Nappy Roots song and stuff like that. So
Nappy Roots, bro. You gotta be confused somebody, bro. I ain't tell you about no Nappy Roots.
Yes, you did, man. You love Nappy Roots. I
might have told you about with CeeLo Green. I forgot what them boys called.
Man, not no CeeLo.
He used to be. No, he was in a group too, bro. He wasn't always solo, bro.
It was Nappy Roots, man.
I mean, I like that one song.
You loved it, bro. Every time you told me about a song, it was like some country is hip hop.
Man, got me out here like.
Anyways, that's not a bad thing because they were good songs. And Killer Mike,
I just don't remember hyping them up as a kid, bro.
I mean, it's not a hyped up. We was talking about all kinds of stuff, but like when we talked about music,
Outkast or something. We could say Outkast.
You said Outkast is too. Like Outkast,
yeah,
it's kind of like a.
But
they have some
cool
country songs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Nappy too.
GP taking a hit for some reason.
Bro, I know they're good. It's good music.
No. I've never in my life remember telling anyone, bro, Nappy Roots got some.
No, bro,
I never told.
I did not say that. I'm just saying you like their music and we like enough to tell me about it.
I know one song about Nappy Roots, bro, and that's on that picture. He got a picture up there. That's the only song I know. I don't know no other song, so I don't know where he's getting this from. I really don't know where he's getting this from. I know one song, and that's the song.
Anyways, you like that kind of music, that kind of vibe.
You consider Big Crit one too?
Oh, of course. He's Texas rapper, and I know you like him too. I like Big Crit. I mean, I like that music too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't. But like, you don't ever tell me about music, but when you do, it's country Texas rap.
It's usually something
right.
I get that. Yeah, I can see that. except Eminem.
So I could see why you would say like Killer Mike album last year was, I mean, it won album of the year, but I mean, rightfully so. I think like even looking at like I don't like it as much as everyone else do. I do think it's a no skip in a sense because all the songs are kind of good.
Right.
But I could see why, like, if I was to put it up and judge it like outside of my bias, I would probably say Killer Mike's album is better than this GNX album.
But you might like, I understand you like certain things.
Right.
I get you. That makes sense.
But yeah, long story short, I like this album. It's fire.
I think the album is solid though, for sure. I do think the album's solid. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about that it's trash. That's not true at all.
Yeah.
Do y'all think he took a shot at Wayne and Snoop?
Man.
Do y'all think it was a diss or do y'all think it was just word?
The thing about Snoop, he didn't take a shot at Snoop. He was taking a shot at Drake because he had released that AI soundtrack that had sounded like Snoop.
Right.
That's what he was saying about Snoop. So he ain't taking
Snoop reposted it though.
That's what he said. Yeah. He said something about
but
Snoop responded. Snoop responded.
He quoted the same thing.
The West King.
Yeah, exactly. He knew exactly what he was talking about though in his album. He was referencing Tailor Made, which is the song. Right. So
but Snoop had reposted it.
Yeah.
And that's why Snoop was like, oh my bad, it was the edibles.
Yeah, see. Yeah, he was joking around about it. That was funny.
Can I say about the Wayne thing though? I don't think he was necessarily getting a shot at Wayne.
Look.
But it's like I guess it's a shot. You know, it's in the song. Too, it's a shot, but it's like I don't think it's supposed to be like a deadly shot. You know,
it wasn't a Drake shot.
Yeah,
for sure.
But it was like, you know, he didn't work his butt off, man, and you know, got Wayne over here, you know, disappointed. You know that, you know, it was how you said, you know, his hard work and disappointed one of his goats. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine you, bro. Imagine you, one of the people you looked up to, like literally, without that person, you likely wouldn't be where you at. You get there and they just don't even congratulate you. They upset because you succeeded. You know what I'm saying?
But you're right. You're absolutely right.
Like at this point, take shots, bro. Shoot them up. Cause like, nah, bro.
I'm on your, bro. You know, I'm kind of on that. You know, as long as it's staying lyrically, go ahead, bro. Let it fly. But the one thing he said in the line, right? He said something along the lines of, "You got these old people that's basically out of their time, and you thinking people still saying you're their favorites." Like when he added that to what he already said, that to me was the part was like, ooh, okay.
Listen,
you could have just left it at the Wayne part, but now you kind of doubling down.
Bruh.
And I'm just, for me, that's the only time I'm kind of like, hey, he could have just really took a shot at Wayne for real. Like the first one to me wasn't a shot to me.
Right.
To me, it was just like I'm more sad, right? Like, I wish you would be on my side. But when he followed up with that, though, that's when I said, "Oh, hey man, Wayne, you know, like I'm gonna instigate this."
Bruh, listen. Thank you for saying that, K-Dot, because I'm a firm believer of like, yo, man, somebody just like you, man. I ain't gonna bring it up, but something happened to you recently. You know what I'm saying? You got to step up and you got to say something.
Right.
Say it. Say it. Like, no matter who they are, say it. That's all. I've always been that way. Even in the Army, like, people outrank me or whatever. Like, man, I've never been one that, like, if they doing something disrespectful, I'm going to say something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just let that ride. So I'm glad he did that. Say something. And that's the type of energy that I expect from K-Dot. You know what I'm saying? He's always been that way. So why always Wayne? Let me back up. Man, no. And there's people on the internet mad because ain't nobody disrespect Wayne, but Wayne disrespected himself, bro. Crying about this whole Super Bowl thing.
Okay, now you ain't gonna talk about Wayne like that. He ain't disrespect himself. He was just salty, bro. He was salty.
So why he salty?
Hey,
you think he deserved the Super Bowl? What the last Wayne song you listened to?
The last Wayne song was God Did. And I'm talking about that. I was like, man, I actually like this verse. Everybody talked about Jay-Z verse, but I actually thought his was better.
It wasn't even a Wayne song though.
It wasn't, but That's the last song I remember thinking like, dang, wait, he's still pretty good. But other than that, overall, nothing. Like, he hasn't done a body of work recently that has really compelled people to talk about it. That is just not the case. And he's kind of past that. I mean,
and it's okay, bro. Exactly.
And that's okay, right. He's kind of past that at this point. He's doing commercials now and being famous more so than being a rapper. That's really what he's on now. But hey, man, this might be what he need though. But he's never been a good, like when he ever had a quote unquote beef, he's never been a good battle rapper. That's never been his thing. So I don't think this would be a good idea for him to go at Kendrick at all.
Listen, bro.
At all.
We just saw old black man fight, return to his old sport, bro, and get embarrassed, bro. Just let these old dudes go, bro. Let these old dudes go, man.
Hey, people say that's red, bro. It's red, man. Red.
Nah, it was
if it's red, I don't know. It could have. I don't know.
And that man came out strong that first.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Either it was rigged or he just.
If it's rigged, it was. It was rigged against Jake, to be honest, because he could have just knocked that man straight off if he wanted to, bro.
Hey man, he could not, bro. He could
have not, but it clean out, bro.
Nah, they probably was like, Mike, tone it down, son. And then Mike went out there for the rest of the match.
But they showed a clip though. It was just funny. They showed a clip. Mike did like this, like he was about to punch it, and he just put it back. It was like, what was that?
Yeah.
Nah, they told Mike to calm down, and Mike started. He started acting like a real old man after that, man. They told him to calm down. He's like, all right, y'all want me to calm down? I'll calm down.
So I just get paid, bro. But
he said like, hey, if because he probably was like, yo, you might need to calm down, because if you don't calm down, Jake gonna hit you for real. Because I mean, yeah, Jake might not be skillful, but he can hit you one good time, bro. You gonna get knocked out, bro.
For real.
For real, don't let him get one good hit in, man. He 58. Nick will get.
I ain't gonna lie, that's funny. That's fine. He's matching your energy right now, so don't take it serious like you win.
Yeah.
I have to give you some points for that, because that could be a real thing. Like, with your kids, sometimes you ain't taking it serious until they slap you across your face.
Yeah.
And then it's like for that next 3 seconds, you forgot their kids, and wow.
Facts.
But you gotta put your hands on them and stuff.
Right, you gotta put your and then you come back to it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I just matched your energy for a split second.
I forgot who you was for a second.
That's a good point though. But no, man, K-Dot right now, he definitely I'm saying he's like artist of the year, and the only person in the rap game for me, truthfully, I would say Cardi, because I feel like she's really been doing some solid stuff.
She ain't released no album though, just a number of features.
She released her first one this year though, right?
Cardi B?
I said Cardi, man, my bad. Glorilla, man. Take Cardi out my mouth. Man, get Cardi out my mouth, bro. Hey, scrub the video, bro. No, I ain't no disrespect to Cardi, but she got too much other stuff going on. I meant Glorilla. I'm sorry, man. Glorilla. She
ain't know who you was talking about for a second, buddy.
Yeah, but I can't believe I said. He said Cardi.
I had to like enunciate, man. I had to make sure, bro. But I agree with that though. I agree with that, Glorilla and
K-Dot right now. Yeah.
Nah, I guess to close it out, my closing remarks on the album, man, it was just he's a conscious rapper, but honestly, dog, I do think if he was to make music just to make it, like he's having fun right now. Honestly, I don't think he was to have fun. I think he would probably be popular or have more streaming numbers than Drake if he was to actually play around. Like he discovers himself and releases it through his music, every time. So, he's not dealing with, whatever Drake dealing with, you know what I'm saying? It just releases stuff just to release it. But I think this is definitely a good vibe. Good to see K-Dot having fun and being for real. So yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Anything else? Cool. All right, man. We gonna be up out of here, man. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.